Good morning, everyone. This is Lynn Sugiyama speaking on behalf of the Arizona Buddhist Temple. I want to thank all of you for your support. I'd like to begin my Dharma talk with a reading from the Tanisho, and this is chapter 2. So this is a very short quote from chapter 2. So please join me in Gassho as I read this short quote. And it goes, "As for myself, Shinran, there is nothing other than entrusting myself to my dear teacher's words. Just say the Nembutsu and be saved by Amida Buddha." Please join me in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. I want to wish all of you a good morning, and I want to thank you all for your support as you watch us on the YouTube channel Dharma in the Desert, and also on the Facebook webpage for this temple. It's now August, and so the summer seems to go by very quickly, even though it is still very hot. Back in May, my daughter, she graduated from high school, and now towards the end of August, she'll be going to the university, and so we will miss her very much. Also, towards the end of August, Sensei, he will be going to Berkeley, California, and he'll study at the Jodo Shinshu Center in Berkeley, and he'll study for his Kyoshi certification. So he'll be there with several other ministerial aspirants, and once he studies and earns his certification, he is now titled Reverend von Magden, and I truly believe that he'll be a great Dharma teacher for all of us to learn about Buddhism. And so with his title as Kyoshi, he can now teach many things about Buddhism to all of us. He can officiate weddings, he can officiate funerals, and to help out at other temple celebrations for the Arizona Buddhist Temple. And so I'm so happy and proud of von Magden Sensei, and I'm also very impressed for what he has accomplished. For not only is he working and helping his family, but he also does many duties at the Buddhist temple. And so for that, I know that as for myself and members of the Buddhist temple, we're so grateful for all what he does. When I reflect upon my own Kyoshi certification, this was back in December of 2012. And instead of training in Berkeley, we went for our Kyoshi certification in Kyoto, Japan. And so for our training, we did go to the Jodo Shinshu Center in Berkeley to learn as much as we could from our teachers. And so there was a group of 9 of us who traveled to Kyoto, Japan. And so one of the minister aspirants was from Canada, and the 8 of us, we were all from America. The certification was 10 days long for our training, and so it was kind of like this boot camp for Buddhist ministers. And when I was in Kyoto and doing my training, I remember we had to wake up early in the morning and to help the other students clean the temple grounds in Kyoto. This is at what's called the Nishiyama Betsuin in Kyoto. And there they train all the ministerial aspirants, not only from the United States, but also Japan and from Brazil and from Hawaii. And so all of us were cleaning the grounds. All of us would vacuum the tatami mats at the temple to prepare for the day. So I remember we chanted 3 times a day. So once in the morning, right before breakfast, we chanted. And then right before lunch, we chanted again. Then after dinner, and as we studied, in the evening, we chanted again with everybody right before we went to bed. And so I got to learn and memorize all the sutras that we had chanted during our Kyoshi certification. I also remember that the food at the Nishiyama Betsuin for our training was always so good. And so we had lots of really good Japanese food to eat at the Betsuin. And I also remember all the great lectures on Shin Buddhism and general Buddhism that we heard from our teachers, our professors in Kyoto. And so we were very fortunate because our teachers in Japan, they are all fluent in English. And so we learned so much from them. And that's what made this experience so great for me. So after 10 days, all of us, we took an examination of what we learned, and all of us passed. So all 9 of us, we all earned our Kyoshi certification. And so here at the Arizona Buddhist Temple, with my Kyoshi certification, I'm able to help others learn about the Buddhist teachings. And I am able to officiate a couple weddings, and I've done several funerals. And for the funerals, those are very difficult and sad times for the family. But I feel that with what I learned, I'm able to provide some comfort and to tell and to teach people about my thoughts on the Buddhist teachings and about my gratitude for the Amida Buddha's vow and his compassion for all of us who are living and who think about our loved ones who have passed away. And so from my learning, the Pure Land, Amida Buddha's Pure Land, is this ultimate source of enlightenment for all of us. The Pure Land is the source of enlightenment and for our own Buddhahood in the Pure Land. So I feel that I'm so lucky and grateful for the many teachers who have taught me in my lifetime. And so not only did I learn so much from my mother and my father, but also from the Dharma school teachers that I had growing up at the Denver Buddhist Temple and at the Arizona Buddhist Temple. And as I grown to adulthood, and as I pursued the ministry here in Arizona, I'm grateful for my teachers, my professors at the Institute of Buddhist Studies in Berkeley, California, and also at the Jodo Shinshu Center. And also, I can say that I have many teachers through the membership at the Arizona Buddhist Temple. And of course, through my interactions with Reverend Gibbs, with Von Sensei, and with Michael Tang Sensei, all these people, they all helped me to learn much about the Buddhist teachings. So when I think about Buddhism, when I think about my certification, and when I think about what Von Sensei will train for in Berkeley, I think about the founder of our Shin Buddhist tradition, Shinran Shonin. And so one of the important lessons that Shinran told his followers was this. He mentioned that he was taught by his beloved teacher, Master Honen. Master Honen, Shinran Shonin revered him so much. Master Honen taught about Amida Buddha's great compassion for all beings in this world. And Master Honen, he stated the quote that I mentioned from the Tanisho, that just saying the Nembutsu and we will be saved by the Amida Buddha. So for Master Honen and Shinran, the Nembutsu, the kanjis for Nembutsu mean to have the Amida Buddha in our thoughts, in our mind, and in our heart. So the Nembutsu also means that we say Namo Amida Butsu. So to say Namo Amida Butsu means to take refuge in the Amida Buddha. So when we say the Nembutsu, when we say Namo Amida Butsu with sincerity and gratitude, we will all be saved and we will all enter Amida Buddha's Pure Land when we pass away from this world of impermanence. So it is in the Pure Land that we all attain enlightenment. It is in the Pure Land that we all transcend to Buddhahood, that we all become Buddhas, and then we come back to this world to teach others about the Buddhist teachings, our family and friends. So through the Nembutsu, Shinran Shonin thought that in his final analysis, this is how I, Shinran, this foolish person, entrusts himself to the Nembutsu, to the Buddhist teachings. So this is why Shinran Shonin was very firm in his belief that he was saved by saying Namo Amida Butsu, and that through Namo Amida Butsu, that was his only path to salvation and to attain birth in Pure Land. And for that reason, he was so grateful that he had this teaching, because he knew of no other way to enter the Pure Land for his enlightenment. So when I think about myself and the things that I've done during my lifetime, I too feel that I am a very foolish person in the things I have done. It's not that I have done something like become a robber or that I become a murderer, but it's more that I am foolish because I do not know of any other way to have salvation in Amida Buddha's teachings. And so to learn that Amida Buddha is always with me in good times and bad times, that I feel comfort in the teachings. And like Shinan Shonin, I too have learned that by saying Namo Dabutsu, that I have found my path to my own salvation in the Pure Land. So I want to wish Van Sensei the best of luck as he goes to earn his Kyoshi certification in Berkeley. And that when he comes back, I hope that we all are able to celebrate together. And so at the temple, I want to schedule a potluck for him and to celebrate his certification on a Sunday. We have the date of September 11th. September 11th. So I want to thank all the members of the Arizona Buddhist Temple for their continued support for myself, Van Sensei and Mako Sensei, and for Reverend Gibbs. And so I want to thank all of you for listening, and I wish all of you a good and safe day. So in closing, I'd like to again read from the Tanisho on chapter 2. So let's put our hands together in Gasho, and please listen to these words from Shinan Shonin. As for myself, Shinan, there's nothing other than entrusting myself to my dear teacher's words. Just say the Nembutsu. Just say Namo Amida Butsu and be saved by Amida Buddha. Please join me in Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandaps. Thank you again for listening. Please have a good day. Thank you.